Here's something that took me years to actually believe. Some of the best performing emails that I've ever sent for our clients were the ugliest ones. Just plain text, look like a quick message from a friend. And it just took me about 2 minutes to put together. And the brands that are spending hours making everything look beautiful, a lot of the times, these ones are quietly making less money. My name is Emil, by the way, and I run an agency called Magicianly. And we've been doing retention services for e-commerce brands for about 7 years now. And we've worked with over 150 e-commerce brands, and we've driven more than $300 million in attributed revenue through email, SMS, and WhatsApp. In this video, I will break down the actual reasons why ugly emails win and how to use them strategically without overdoing it. So let's get into it. So let me start with the part that nobody really explains, which is what is happening behind the scenes when you hit that send button. So in 2026, Gmail isn't just deciding spam or not spam anymore, but it's sorting your emails into primary or promotions. And that decision makes a massive difference for the end result of your campaign strategy, because promotions isn't spam. So your email technically got delivered, but people just check the promotions tab way less than their main inbox. Think about yourself, for example. So your open rates will drop if it lands in the promotions tab. Your click rates will drop, and also your revenue will drop. So the big question is, what makes Gmail throw you into the promotions tab? And a huge part of it is how your emails look. Because when you send this big image-heavy, perfectly designed email with a giant header graphic and a product grid and banners everywhere, then Gmail's AI system looks at that and just goes, yeah, that's probably a marketing blast. So it sends it to the promotions tab where it belongs. So it basically pattern matches. So heavy design equals brand promotion equals promotions tab. Now flip that around. When you send a plain text email, so just words and a single link and maybe a sign off from a real person, then Gmail looks at it and it looks like a normal email that someone would actually send to another human. So it's way more likely to land in the primary inbox right next to the emails from their friends and their co-workers. That makes sense, right? And there's another layer to this in 2026, because Gmail's AI, Gemini, is actually reading your emails now to figure out what they are about. So if your email is basically one giant image with barely any real text in it, the AI system has almost nothing to read. So it can't really tell if it's relevant or worth surfacing. A plain text email is wall-to-wall readable text for this AI system. So the AI gets it instantly, and that works in your favor. So the ugly email isn't winning because ugly is the new magic thing, but it's winning because it looks human to the algorithm and it's easy for the AI system to understand. And these two things together get you into the primary inbox that actually matters. So before I get into the next part, I just want to mention a quick thing. So I've got a free email marketing course on my website that breaks all of this down in way more detail. I will be talking about email deliverability, about flows, campaigns, all of it. It's completely free, no fluff. The link is in the description below. Okay, so we've covered why plain text gets seen. Now let's talk about why it actually converts once people open it. Because getting into the primary inbox is one thing, but getting someone to buy is another thing. So here's the thing. It's 2026 and people are tired of being marketed to. We all are, let's be honest. So you can probably spot a marketing email from a mile away. The second your brain registers, oh, this is a brand trying to sell me something, a little wall goes up. You get a little bit more skeptical and a bit more guarded. On the other hand, a plain text email sidesteps that whole thing. When someone opens it and it just says, hey, it's Emil, quick thing I wanted to share with you, their brain doesn't go into marketing defense mode. It just feels like a message from a real person and not from some random billboard. And that changes how they read the actual email. Because in this case, they will actually read it instead of just skimming the pictures and then bounce. And this works especially well when it generally comes from the founder. There's something about a real person putting their name on a message that builds trust fast, especially with like a smaller e-com business, because it says there's an actual human behind the brand who cares enough to reach out to you. And people want to buy from people. People don't like to buy from businesses, especially now when Anyone can spin up a store in just 5 minutes, and that human signal is worth a lot. We see this all the time across our own clients at our agency. A plain text founder email will often outperform a beautiful designed one. Not by a little, but actually by a lot, both on click rate and on the actual placed order rate. And part of why it works is also the contrast, because everyone's inbox is full of polished, designed, beautiful brand emails. So when a simple human one shows up, it stands out just by being different. And there's a bonus here that ties back to part 1, because when emails feel human, people reply to them. They hit reply and just ask a simple question that they have, or they just say thanks. And Gmail and also other inbox providers will treat replies as one of the strongest signals out there. So a reply tells Gmail that real humans are interacting with the sender and that this is not some random noise. So your plain text emails don't just convert better from a revenue perspective, but they actually make your whole sending reputation stronger over time by people replying to it. Now hold on, I need to be real with you here, because this is where a lot of people take this idea too far. Because you may think now, okay, wow, if plain text emails work so well, let's skip all the designed emails and just send purely plain text emails. And yes, don't get me wrong, plain text emails are powerful, but that does not mean that you should make every single email a plain text email and never design anything again. Because the whole reason that they work so well is that they're different. They are a pattern break. So if every email that you send is a plain text email, they stop being special and you will lose the exact thing that made them work in the first place. So here's the balance that I would actually recommend for e-commerce brands. Aim for somewhere around 1 in 5 of your emails to be plain text style. So roughly 20% of your emails. The rest can be your designed emails. And that ratio that will keep the plain text one special and feeling fresh and personal, while still letting you use design where design generally helps, especially in certain e-com niches. Because designed emails do have a real job. Some things just need visuals. If you're showing off a product, people want to see it. If you're explaining benefits or comparing options, an infographic or a simple table communicates that way faster than a paragraph of text would ever do. Product launches, visual products, anything where seeing it is the selling point, that's where good design earns its place. The trick, even with your designed emails, is to not go overboard. So you still, in your designed emails, want to use live, readable text instead of cramming everything into one big image. So Gmail's AI can still read it. You want to use alt text on your images, so there's a text description if the image doesn't load. And again, it gives the AI system something to read. You want to keep a live text top bar for your offer instead of baking it into a graphic. So basically, with your designed emails, you want to design it when it helps the customer, but you want to make sure that the email still works and still reads as human underneath the design. And when you do go plain text, you want to keep it generally simple. So just write like you talk, a real sender name, a real person's voice, a short email, just one clear thing that you want them to do, and just one link to do it. You don't want to dress up your plain text emails because, yeah, the whole point is that it doesn't look dressed up, it doesn't look too polished. The second that you start adding banners and buttons and design your plain text email, it stops being plain text and you lose the effect. So it's not designed versus plain text, it's the right mix of both, with plain text being the thing that most brands are badly underusing right now in 2026. So that's the science behind it. Plain text gets you into the primary inbox instead of the promotion step. It disarms people's marketing radar so they actually read and trust you. It loads fast and keeps people focused. And when you balance it right against your designed emails, the whole thing will compound. But here's the thing. Knowing how to write an email that converts is only useful if you actually have the right people to send it to. So the best plain text email in the world does nothing if your list is small or full of people who will never buy from your store. So the strategy and the list growth have to work together. So if you want my team to build your entire email retention system and run these campaigns for you while you focus on scaling, you can click on the first link in the description below and book a free call with me. During the call, we will look at what you actually have got right now and we will show you exactly where the gaps are in your current system. And right after this, go watch my video on 4 ways to increase your profit margins with email. Because once your emails are landing and converting, the next move is making sure that every sale that you make keeps as much margin as possible. So I'll see you over there.